Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome to the live watch along. I had some technical issues this morning, so couldn't get set up in time, but we're here. I've been keeping an eye on the game so far, and um, we've not exactly had the best start. Um, I think we've picked up two yellows already. Yeah, Zubimendi and Mascara. I'm surprised Saliba didn't start this game. Talking about the lineup, so we have Raya, Timber, Mascara, and Nkapie in the middle. Esteval had a really good chance there. It's been very scruffy, lots of tackles, which is expected. The Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge. It's a really, really, really tough test today. But we knew this was going to be the case. Um, we haven't been able to get a stranglehold on the game just yet, put the ball on the ground and play. It feels a bit similar to the Bayern first half, although this one is a lot more physical and um, yeah. But we'll see how the game, how we mature into the game. Esteval here on the edge of the box tries a shot but is way wide. So the commentator just said something that's kind of interesting. So no teenager has ever scored a Premier League goal against Arsenal. I didn't know that. Marina looks like it's a lot deeper, and then Eze is just well. That's been the case for most of the games they've started together. Eze looks like he's the one playing the false nine role, and then Marino is a lot deeper behind. Marino with a loose pass. Here's Fofana. With James. James couldn't find him. Now Rice. Eze. I understand the need to rest players, so I probably understand the Saliba decision. But given the nice ball to Subimendi, just a bit too much for Calafiori. The need to rest players, I was saying. But given the what this game means and just who Chelsea are, I would have expected Saliba to start with either Incapio or. So this would probably be, apart from that League Cup game against Brighton, this would probably be Mosquera and Incapio's first league start together. If I'm correct, it's a really tough game to throw both of them into like that. So Zubimendi is on the yellow, picked up early on in the game. Mascara is also in the yellow, so they'll need to tread cautiously. I think for brief during Timber there's with a wonderful tackle to stop Enzo Fernandez. He was in behind. Long ball, Timber heads it down. Timber again, back to Mosquera. Plays it near to Hincapié. Eze on the edge. Plays one back to Hincapié. Here's Mosquera. Tries to play out. It's a Chelsea throw. Taken quickly. Pedro Neto is out here on the left. So it's been that kind of game where you would expect just the whole tension around the game to Nkapie's ball is intercepted by Caicedo, and here's Esteva on the edge of the box. His crossing is into the gloves of Raya. Raya is impeded when he tried to play out, so Arsenal free kick. Caicedo has made a lot of interceptions already today. Raya plays it long. Timber knots it on, and then Martinelli is there to win it, but he will run out for a goal kick. I feel like we've missed Trossard in this game because he gives us that extra bit of control that Martinelli's directness is at the cost of our ability to control games compared to Trossard, who is a bit more measured and has that, what do the tacticals like to call it, pulse about him. But so far, I don't think there's been much between the two teams. It's just been very scruffy, too many duels, long balls. I don't think anyone has really had the ball for any long or protracted spells even. It's just been try to play out from the back, get pressed to oblivion, and then here Calafiori again is pressed by Rhys James and loses out. That's a yellow card. So Calafiori on a yellow, um, Mascara on a yellow, and Zubimendi on a yellow. In this kind of game where it may come to hurt us, free kick to the back post. João Pedro is there. He tries to take on Calafiori. Calafiori does well, and it's a corner. Oh, it's a goal kick. So last touch came off João Pedro. So let's have a look at our bench. There's Arrizabalaga, Lewis Kelly, Ben White. Odegaard is there. I expect to see him at some point. Nogard and Maneri. Then you have Madueke, Gyökeres, and Jesus. I don't think Jesus comes in today. Except we're winning by maybe 5 at at the 70th minute or something. But I expect to see Gyökeres, Madueke, and Odegaard at some point in the game. And then depending on the game state, maybe Nogard and White as well. Calafiori being on a yellow means there may be Arteta may be forced to make that change, bringing Lewis Kelly on. So it's an Arsenal throw just on the halfway line. Jurgen Timber is taking this one. I hope he doesn't weight himself into a yellow card because the fans are really beginning to egg. I don't know why we do this, to be honest. I don't know why, not Arsenal, so it's not an Arsenal thing, but teams. I don't know why teams in general do this. Why do you waste so much time on the throwing when you know the ref is never going to allow it to happen, especially away from home, when the home fans start whistling and calling on the ref to do something about it? Just throw it, man. Chelsea fans are singing boring, boring Arsenal. Caicedo does well to turn under pressure there. Hincapié loses it to João Pedro. Ooh. Timber now. No free kick. A long ball goes back to Sanchez. That was a chance. Hincapié missed a clearance and the ball fell to João Pedro, but two players and maybe Hincapié himself were able to block his sight of goal, and we get away with one there. That was a chance. So Hincapié, yeah, it was Calafiori. So 30 minutes gone now. Still 0-0. We've not really had a chance so far. It's Chelsea have had just the Calafiori busting through. Saka tried a back heel back to him, but it didn't come off. Here's Malo Gusto, plays it to Esteval on the edge of the box. Esteval cuts inside. Fernandez with a shot. Raya is able to save. Raya out to Calafiori. Plays it on to Merino. Gusto is back to put it out of play for a national throw. I think the thing also is that Chelsea looks a bit fresher. Like they had the extra day of rest, of course, after the game against Barcelona on Tuesday, and then we had ours against Bayern on Wednesday. But they just looked that much sharper going into the duels. Mascara gives it away. Here's Joao Pedro. It's swarmed immediately, and Timber is able to bring it away. Plays one to Saka. Saka is fouled by... He's already on a yellow, you know. So I don't think Anthony Taylor is going to brandish a second yellow, but Cucurella is really walking a tight line now. He fouled Saka, and he's already on a yellow for a previous foul on Saka. And Taylor just having a word with his James, telling him that's probably the last time he gets away with that one. Yeah, it would have been harsh. It would have been harsh. But he's not going to get another chance, which is a problem for Chelsea now. We have the same problem anyway. Calafiori is also on the yellow, and every time Esteval gets the ball, he looks to want to run at him and take him on. So we'll see how that develops. Here's Saka again, this time marshaled by Neto. Timbers with the ball, plays it to Merino, is fouled by Caicedo, plays on. Anthony Taylor plays on Martinelli. On the left, he plays one in. Ball is blocked out. Caicedo and Merino are both on the ground, but Caicedo is going to get a yellow for the... Easy. Maybe not. He's still on the ground, but he fouled Merino during that attack. We need to see a replay of that to see just how late and how high Caicedo was there on Merino. Oh, that's a nasty one. That's a nasty one. Caicedo may be off for that, you know. That's a nasty... So I'm not sure what he's doing on the ground. It's a high foot into Merino's ankle. The Arsenal bench are calling for VAR to have a look. I'm not sure why Caicedo is still down, because Merino didn't touch him. Maybe after the tackle, he planted his foot wrongly. But that was a high foot into Merino's ankle. It was late, it was high, and it's the studs into the ankle. At the very least, there should be a yellow for Caicedo, but I won't be surprised if VAR asks Anthony Taylor to have a look. So the yellow is out for Caicedo. And he's looking surprised as well. Caicedo, players are so funny, man. VAR are still having a look. Anthony Taylor is going to have a look. Caicedo may be off here, you know. Caicedo may just be off here. Caicedo may be off here. When I saw that replay, it looked really bad. So his foot is high. He's late into the challenge. Yeah. And it's high it's high on the ankle with the studs. It's a dangerous challenge. That's a leg breaker there, you know. Yeah. It's a red card. It's a red card. It's a red card. It's a red card. There's no way Anthony Taylor looks at this and doesn't give a red card. It's a red. It is a red. The foot is high. It's the studs. It's late. Nowhere near the ball. Decision. After review. Final decision, red card. Caicedo is off. The only worry I have with Anthony Taylor is he's sent off a Chelsea player. There are 3 Arsenal players on yellows already. He'll be looking to balance it out. Knowing Anthony Taylor for who he is. That's my only worry now with him. Hopefully he doesn't do something rash. So all our players need to actually lock in now and use their heads. This is a red card all day, any day. So Calafiori, Zubimendi, and Mosquera need to really, really, really walk carefully. They have to be disciplined because Anthony Taylor will be looking to balance this real quick. It's a shame because I really wanted to see this game 11v11. I really wanted to see this game 11v11. Chelsea have started really well. They started really well and we're playing really nicely. They've had half chances here and there, mostly off our giveaways and turnovers. So Chelsea need to get to half time with this, and the comms are saying that as well. And Arsenal need to, from our own point of view, we need to get that goal before halftime. Saka here against James, puts a cross in, Cucurella clears. Rice heads one towards the box. And there's a yellow card again for Nkapie. That's just what I was saying. That's what I was saying. His elbow is up. Chalobah is trying to sell that more than it is. So now our entire backline, bar Timber. So we have Calafiori, Nkapie. Arteta is now calling for the players to use their heads. No rush tackles. No. So Anthony Taylor is having a word with Saka and James. I don't know if VAR are having a look at this. So Chalobah is still down, being treated on the pitch. Game's been stopped for around 2 minutes now. Um, I expect nothing less than 5 minutes of stoppages. Yeah. So there's a bit of swelling on Chalobah's face, and he's showing it to the ref. He jumps for the ball, so of course we have to be really careful. Anthony Taylor again will be looking to balance this game. So if we finish this game with 11 men, I will be really delighted. I will be really delighted because I expect Anthony Taylor to be looking for every means possible now to balance it out. We just have to be disciplined, calm the game down. Chelsea obviously want to go gung ho. We don't have to do that with them. Just play our game. Mosquera has it now. Zubimendi, Rice, and the halfway line. Back into Zubimendi. Mosquera, now Saka on the right. He's up against Cucurella, who's tight on him, but he turns him easily and plays one into Timber. That was a good turn, you know. It's an Arsenal corner. It's our first corner of the game. Ball comes in from the right from Saka. Sanchez is able to claim. And he plays a quick one to Neto. Struck well by Eze. And the Arsenal boys are back behind the ball. Esteval tries a cross in. It's blocked by Eze. Here's Neto on the left. Rice wins it off him. There are 5 minutes. Now Rice. Back to Martinelli. Shot! Oh, what a save! What a save, Robert Sanchez. Now Chelsea on the attack. Malagusto is with the ball on the edge of the box. I think Martinelli could have taken a touch before that shot. Just a touch to set it up and maybe find the far corner. It was the first time shot from the pass from Rice. I think just an extra touch would have allowed him to find to connect with the ball much better. Zubimendi now a wrong pass from Sanchez. Now Merino tries to play Martinelli through, but the ball is cut out by Cucurella. Timber's first touch isn't good. Mosquera plays one over to Rice, and then Calafiori. Now here's Eze. He's able to turn, finds Zubimendi on the left. Zubimendi slips one to Calafiori. Tries a crossing, but it's blocked off for Fana for a corner. 2 minutes gone. This one is on the left, so Declan Rice is going to take. Players are all lined up at the far post. Declan Rice is about to take. Here's Rice. Ball in is to the near post. Sanchez punches clear. Martinelli with a poor touch. And Esteval plays Neto in on the right. Eze and Rice are with him. Plays it back to Gusto. Here's Rhys James in the middle. Neto with it now on the right. Crosses one in. Nkapie knocks it out. Another cross by Gusto this time. And Saka is able to win it. But Cucurella is pushing him all the way. Saka is able to turn and then play Merino. Here's Raya. Tries a long one to Calafiori, but it's too long. So into the final minutes of added time, Chelsea have a free kick just in the middle of the pitch in their own half. I think they're going to try a long one. A long, hopeful one. Ball comes in. Joao Pedro battling with Mosquera. Here's Enzo Fernandez on the left. Taking on Mosquera. Enzo Fernandez still has it here on the left. So it's half time. I don't even know what to say about the game so far. It's been a frustrating one for us. It's been a frustrating one. I don't think, bar that Martinelli shot, I don't think we've been able to carve out any clear chances so far. It's just been that kind of game. Scrappy, end to end. Not really end to end even, because end to end implies that there are chances both ends and the keepers are being tested non-stop. But it's just been scrappy, Chelsea have it, we have it, Chelsea have it, we have it. They win it, we win it back. I expect Arteta to just tell the boys we need to calm it down, especially now against 10 men. Push them back, have a bit of sustained pressure on their box, and not try to force the issue, not try to... We're going gung-ho with them, so we win it off them and then we try to counter immediately. Of course, we need to have that intensity, but I think what this game needs mostly is just for us to calm it down just a bit. Okay, so there was a chance in the beginning. Oh, there was a Saka chance in the beginning that I missed. It may have been offside though, but Sanchez was able to save his shot from the right. And then there was that Estevao chance. That was a really good chance, but his shot was wayward. Yeah, the game is a bit ruined just because of the um, added, you know, the red card. I really don't like red card games, but that's just me because it doesn't allow even the players. I feel may have been thrown off just a bit in terms of how they wanted to play, and then having the other team go one man down. But there's no question about they're just showing it again. There's no question about the challenge. It's a definite red. Caicedo has that in him. They call him shin kicker, and it's for a reason. He jumps into challenges a bit too. It's a bit too rash at times. This was a really good chance. Good pass by Eze to find Martinelli, and he plays the first time to Rice, and then Rice also first time cuts it back to him. He should have taken a touch there. His connection with the ball just wasn't good enough. But it was still a really good shot, and Sanchez did well to get down and save. It was low to Sanchez's right, and was able to get down quickly and and save the ball. It will be an interesting second half. It will be interesting to see particularly what Chelsea do in response, because now they've got James and Caicedo in the middle. James and Enzo rather in the middle, since Caicedo went off. So I expect either Andre Santos, yeah, is to come in. Actually, let's see who Chelsea have on their bench. So the Chelsea bench rather. So the lineup, let's start with the lineup. They had Sanchez in goal, Gusto on the right, Fofana and Chalobah in the middle, center defense, Cucurella on the left, and then they had James, Caicedo, and Enzo in the middle with Joao Pedro up top, and then Estevao on the left, Estevao on the right, and Pedro Neto on the left. Now Caicedo is off. On the bench, they've got Achimpong, Tosin, Badiashile, all defenders. So I'm expecting Andre Santos, yeah, to come in at some point, probably for Neto. Yeah, just to fill that gap. We haven't exploited it so far. Um, we haven't exploited it, our man advantage so far. But we're gonna see how the second half pans out. So Shin Kika is trending on Shin Kika is trending on Twitter now. For that Caicedo red. I expect to see Odegaard at some point for that control thing that I was talking about. We haven't had any control on the game so far. That is something that Odegaard can potentially change. So if I was a Teta right now, if I was a Teta right now, I would probably take off because we have those yellows. Um, I'll probably take off Zubimendi for Odegaard. The defenders can cope with the yellows, especially the center defenders. Calafiori can go off later for Miles. Although I don't know how Miles will do against. For that to happen, we probably need to be like 1 or 2 goals ahead for Ateta, the Ateta that I know, to make that kind of change. So, but I think the change that really needs to happen, either Zubimendi goes up for Odegaard, taking his yellow card into account, or we keep Zubimendi on for that control thing, and then we take off Martinelli. Martinelli is not needed now in this kind of game, in this game state where Chelsea will be looking to defend with their 10 men and then push on the counter. Eze on the left, shift Eze to the left, put in Odegaard in Eze's 10 position. That's the other option. But Odegaard needs to come in at some point, either not at halftime. Just give the boys another chance to try and make something happen. And then maybe 60 minutes if the game's still 0-0. Hopefully not. Then we can have that change happen. Yeah, but most importantly, I think the most important thing that, and I think Atleta will be drilling this into the boys now, is we cannot go down to 10 men. Do not give Anthony Taylor even a decision to make. Yeah, don't give him a decision to make. There's no reason to be making any rash challenges. If any player is running past you, let him run past you. Keep the man advantage. Try and find that opening goal. Then when they come out, we pick them off. That's how the game pans out. But if we make any stupid decisions, then it's going to be a much tougher game than it needs to be. Okay, I'm not really panicking or anything. It's of course, we're a man. It's just because of how the game has gone um, so far. It's the only reason. We haven't really had any foothold at all. We've allowed Chelsea. Of course, they're at home. They have their fans behind them and everything. But still, we're Arsenal, and with the way we've been playing all season, you expect that that would have a much better um, control of the game. But that's not been the case. It's been mostly Chelsea, especially before that red card, and then um, we've had a bit of the upper hand. Most of Chelsea's attack, expectedly, have come from the right, with Estevao being their main threat, looking to find, with the long balls, looking to find Joao Pedro in behind. It's cost us a few problems so far. Yeah. So Garnacho is getting stripped. He wasn't the one I expected to be coming on. Um, so that would be interesting to see who is coming on for. Probably Pedro and Neto, or they take Jao Pedro off. But with 10 men out, expect that they would want to have at least one big guy up top. Um, so the Arsenal players are also coming out now. So Maslow's Kelly is looks like we're gonna make changes as well. So Lewis Kelly is stripped, probably Calafiori. Calafiori hasn't come onto the pitch yet, so probably him. He was on the yellow and against Esteval, yeah. So Neto is there, Joao Pedro is there, probably Esteval going off. So it's Calafiori gone off for Lewis Kelly. And then for Chelsea, Garnacho, I think coming on for Esteval. So Neto goes out right, to the right, and then Garnacho to the left. So we're underway. So Chelsea are looking to milk every little challenge. Ngapi and Is Saliba on the bench? Nkapia and Joao Pedro. The I don't want to say what's on my mind, but he has that history of always being a bad sport. So looking to Saliba is not on the bench. Saliba is not on the bench. It says he picked up a knock in training. So we'll have to play the 90 minutes, it seems, with Nkapia, who is already walking a tight line with the ref. Not that he's done much wrong, it's just that was a chance. So the cross comes in. Joao Pedro runs to the back post and knocks it towards goal. Raya was on his way out, but was able to stretch and palm it out for a corner, a Chelsea corner. I think the ball was heading out anyway. Now a Chelsea corner coming in from the left. They nod it in and it's a goal. Chelsea go in front. Chalobah scores for Chelsea. So it's a cross from Rhys James and then he just flicks it on at the near post. Ball goes into the back post. There's nobody there. Okay, so 48 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. Game on. Here's Saka, Timber. Now Zubimendi. Martinelli. Nkapie. Here's Saka now on the right against Garnacho. Saka comes in, ties a shot. It's blocked out for. Was that not a corner? Here's Declan Rice now. Mosquera. I think that ball was actually going out. Understandable that Raya felt he needed to make that save. But anyway, we're past that. We just need to regroup and then play on. Here's Martinelli on the left. Yeah, we're really missing Trossard in this game. Nkapie tries one over the top, but it's easy for Sanchez to claim. Chelsea will now try to waste as much time as they can every chance that they get, which again would be understandable. Here's Timber now on the right. Cuts it back to Saka on the edge of the box. Saka, 3 players around him, and then Timber is able to win it back. But here's Enzo. Launches it forward. Raya will collect. It's a throw. Raya takes the throw to Nkapie. And Enzo Fernandez has gone down. Now Liam Delap is getting ready to come on, I assume, for Joao Pedro. Here's Saka now on the right. Mosquera. Saka. Ball goes back to Zubimendi. Eze has not really had much influence on this game so far. Neither has Martinelli, to be fair. Zubimendi, ball goes to Saka, and then Mosquera. Saka again. Plays Timber in. Cross comes in. It's too close to Sanchez. He rolls it out to Miles Lewis Kelly. And now Lewis Kelly is booked. I think Atontelo set a stupid precedent in the first half when it was just dishing out yellow cards like Christmas gifts. That's a yellow anyway. So Joao Pedro comes off for Liam Delap. Chelsea with a 10-man lead, 1-0. It's 54 minutes. Arsenal need to find 2 goals. Long ball, straight to Raya, who rolls it to Mosquera. Liam Delap will look to trouble Hincapie. I think that's why he's come on. To scrap with Mosquera and Hincapie as much as he can, considering they are both on yellows. Rice's ball. Martinelli, poor touch. Pedro Neto is able to clear. Garnacho is on the far side. Takes on Declan Rice. Declan Rice is able to block. It's a corner to Chelsea. Again, Odegaard needs to come into this game. Odegaard needs to come into this game. I'll take Martinelli off or Zubimendi. Zubimendi is on that yellow. So considering that, I'll take him off. Here's Chelsea with another corner. Ball comes in. Rice meets it this time. Garnacho uses it on the left. Plays it to Rhys James, who's going to cross it in again. An Arsenal player looks to have been fouled there, but nothing given. Martinelli can run. He's blocked off by Enzo, I think that was. It was Pedro Neto. So it's a Chelsea throw. Now the changes are coming. We have Madueke looking to come in. I think Madueke probably comes in for Martinelli and then Odegaard for Zubimendi. I would expect. Yeah, Martinelli is off for Madueke. Madueke is booed by the Chelsea fans. And then Odegaard for Zubimendi. Yeah, call that as well. So the Rice now, I expect, would sit just in front of the defense, and then Eze and Odegaard can play as the 2 10s. Madueke with his first touch into Lewis Kelly, onto Rice. Mosquera, Odegaard's first touch. Hincapié, Odegaard again. And Madueke on the left. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard tries to clip one over the top. Ball is blocked, but Arsenal have it back with Rice now. Saka, Rice. Here's Odegaard. Now with Saka. Saka taking on Cucurella. Cuts inside. Ball in. Merino, go! Get in, Arsenal. 1-1. That is what we need more of. I'm surprised that Arteta did not make this change at halftime. This game has been crying out for Odegaard since the very beginning. We just need somebody to have the ball on the ground, calm the game down, and play passes. That's all this game has needed. Saka takes on Cucurella, moves to the byline, shapes to cross the ball in, but then checks back onto his left foot and crosses an in-swinger instead. And Merino is there at the far post to just nod in a simple ball. 1-1, game on. Game has restarted. Ball out. Enzo Fernandez heads it back to Sanchez. "30 minutes more to play." We just need to do more of that. No need to force anything or rush anything. Just press, win the ball back, and then play short passes. Drag them around the pitch with the short passes. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Merino. Now Madueke on the left plays one into Eze, but it's intercepted by Enzo. As Rice plays it into Odegaard. Odegaard, a poor pass, looking for Saka, but can't find him. Here's Garnacho, but the ball had already gone out. It's an Arsenal throw-in. Quick throw-in. Now it's with Rice. Mosquera, Hincapié. Now we're doing the things that we need to be doing. We have the ball, push Chelsea back, and then playing passes around them, looking for that probing pass to break the lines. There are no lines anyway at this moment because Chelsea are playing in a really low block. Timber's cross is too close to Sanchez. He's able to gather. Here's Pedro Neto on the right. He's away. He's allowed to run the entire length of the pitch, but Nkapie with a wonderful wonderful tackle. It's a Chelsea corner. So Neto to take this one, the corner is out on our left, Chelsea's right. Cross comes in. Odegaard was fouled, so it will be a retake. So Chelsea to retake the corner, Pedro Neto again. Ball in. Raya takes a quick one looking for Madueke's run, but Gusto is able to clear. Odegaard to Eze, Mosquera. Now here's Rice driving through the middle. Madueke is on the left. He turns and plays it back to Rice. Rice switches it to Saka, who is unable to control. Chelsea throw. Cucurella to take this one. As Chalobah tries one across the field, but it's straight to Lewis Kelly. Odegaard, Rice, Nkapie to Madueke, back to Nkapie. Eze collects it on the Rice to Mosquera. Odegaard crosses it in. Madueke is on the Eze brings it down, tries to knock it past Fofana, but didn't get the touch just right. Now Timber taking on Garnacho. Neto with the ball into Garnacho, Rhys James, now Gusto on the right. I'm not sure what Miles Kelly was doing there, but he gave it straight back to Chelsea. Now it's Eze on the... Plays it to Madueke. He can take on Fofana, but he draws the foul. Madueke is telling him to relax. Not sure what Miles was thinking there. He had Raya just available to pass it to for a kick out, and instead he just knocks it back to Chelsea. Anyway, here's Eze with the ball. It's looking for Madueke, but they were not quite on the same wavelength. James wins a header from Sanchez's ball out. Now Hincapie can gather. Plays it to Mosquera. I'm not sure what knock Saliba picked up, but honestly, I don't know what's up with our lock. Odegaard, Lewis Kelly, Nani. It's too soft for Hincapie, but here's Odegaard, and then Nani, Hincapie, Rice, Merino tries one through the middle to Eze. Now Merino again, but Fofana clears. Miles is able to play back to Hincapie. And then Odegaard. They're trying to cut out passing lines between Odegaard and Saka. But that is really where we need to exploit. We need to get that ball, isolate Saka against Cucurella, and then something can happen. That's where the goal came from. Mosquera now, Merino. His pass is too strong. It's an Arsenal throw. Sorry, it's a Chelsea throw, just very close to the corner flag. Almost 70 minutes gone. We just need to find that second goal. Find that second goal and kill the game off. Timber. Odegaard slips in, Merino cuts it back, but Rhys James is there to clear it out for an Arsenal corner. It was a good ball from Merino on the cutback, because Madueke Nani would have been free for a tap-in. Saka to take this one. We're surprisingly small today, all around the pitch. Chelsea have left 3 players up. Chelsea have left 3 players up. But Saka crosses in anyway, but Sanchez is able to clear. Sanchez was able to gather that one. We've not been at it with the corners today. Rhys James plays it to Garnacho on the left. Here is it up against Timber. Cucurella crosses in. There's Neto. But Raya is able to gather. Rolls it to Rice on the edge of the box. Rice does well. Under pressure. Now it's with Odegaard. Now Nani on the left. Saka! He was offside anyway. So Gyökeres is stripped and ready to come on for Eze. So I'll just revise that and put Merino in middle and then put Gyökeres up top. Julian Timber clears Rice, but James wins it. Hincapié is able to clear under pressure. Nani battling with Gusto, and then Merino can bring it down, but Merino is fouled by Enzo, so free kick to Arsenal. The Timber have a shirt change. Anyway, here is Mascara. Yeah, we need to speed it up just a bit. We've calmed the game down now. Now we need to speed it up just a bit. Play those passes a bit quicker. Nani taking on Pedro Neto, crosses it in. Cucurella is able to clear. Merino back to Rice. Rice tries to play in Saka. Saka across the... Sanchez was there again. Saka just couldn't get the contact right, or Merino was free in the middle. Delap wins the header, but Hincapié is able to nod it back to Raya. Now it's Rice. Hincapié. Yeah, we just need to speed it up just that little bit. Here's Saka now. Out against Cucurella on the left. Saka comes inside. Crosses one to the far post, but nobody's there. And here's Rice. Saka is able to bring it down. Rice again to Odegaard. Good turn. Odegaard coming inside. Plays it. Tries to slip it through, but it's intercepted by Chalobah, who read it brilliantly. He in turn tries to play in Pedro Neto. Garnacho rather. But they were not in sync at that moment. Here's Mascara. Gyökeres hasn't had a touch yet. I'm betting his first touch will be a goal. Mascara, Gyökeres, Timber, into Odegaard, to Timber. It's a goal kick. I think that pass by Odegaard was a bit too intricate. Yeah, the last touch came off Timber, so good call. Goal kick. Oh, long ball by Sanchez. Chelsea are able to bring it down and they win a free kick. It's out on the left. Looks like Neto is going to try put this one in. Ball comes in. Merino clears. Delap! It's shot on goal, but Raya is able to save rather comfortably, I would say. Here's Saka now. But his shot is over the bar. Okay, here's Nkapie. It was a feisty few moments there with Enzo Fernandez going down off the ball and wanting the game stopped. But we're back in play now, and Mascara plays it to Noni on the edge of the box. Here's Rice. Is able to gather. Merino into Lewis Kelly. James is straight on him. That's not a foul. Free kick Chelsea. 81 minutes. So Chelsea will try a long one. Mascara to Raya, who plays it straight out to Chaloba. So Eze, Saka and Noni have switched places. Now with Noni on the right, Saka out here on the left. Gyökeres hasn't had a sniff so far. Timber knocks it out. It's a Chelsea throw. Arsenal free kick. Plays it short to Nkapie. And Rice. I think this is the goal. Mosquera, Timber. None is still out on the right. Miles. Rice. Mascara. Noni. Noni into the box. Crosses it in, but the ball had already gone out of play. We haven't used Gyökeres at all in the game. He's coming, but we haven't played any ball into the channels for him to run into. Yes, Chelsea are playing a really low block, but we've had times too where we could have played. Here's Gyökeres. Fofana wins it off him. Garnacho. Enzo Fernandez. Rice with a wonderful tackle. Now here's Odegaard. Can play in Miles, but it's too slow to get to the ball. Oh my days. Gusto, but his ball is too long. Miles. I think that ball from Odegaard needed to have gone to Saka instead. Arsenal with the ball again. Here's Rice. Now in Nkapie. Saka is now down the middle. None is still on the right. Here's Mosquera. Saka. To Nani. Odegaard now. Crossing. Sanchez claims. And throws it straight to Neto. Here's Neto running at Nkapie. He tries a shot, but it's wide. Yeah, it's been a bad game overall. Enough time has passed for me to say, yeah, we've only had three attempts on target the entire game. It's just not good enough. We've not taken advantage of uh, our extra man at all. Here's Odegaard though. Plays it to Timber. Yokeres. Merino! Save! Yuck! He's not sliding and he slipped. Yokeres yellow. He tried to run onto that rebound from Merino's shot after Sanchez saved, but was a bit late. Slid in there. One minute. I'm not sure how much time will be added on. Um, there's been lots of stoppages though for nibbles, fouls, and things like that, but not sure how much of that Anton Taylor is going to account for. Rice now. Fofana wins the ball, but Gusto is able to bring it out. Another Chelsea player is down on the deck. It's been the story of the game. Stoppages every 2 minutes. 4 minutes added on. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. It has to be now. It has to be now. Here's Rice. It has to be now. I don't think we've tested Sanchez near enough. It's been in the context of the week that we've had. It's a bit understandable. Um, Difficult game against Tottenham, then Bayern. The players don't look like they've recovered enough for the challenge today. Here's Rice running through the middle, tries a crossing, ball is intercepted. Miles is able to win it. Here's Nani on the left, plays it to Miles. Nkapie crosses it in. Saka is there, but he's offside. In hindsight, I'm not sure Eze needed to go off when it did. I would have taken Merino off instead. Just because of how low Chelsea were and how Eze is able to find those here's Mascara anyway. Odegaard, 1 more minute. Timber crossing. Fofana is able to clear. Raya, but Neto is there. Now Nkapie, Miles. Chelsea fans were asking for a foul throw. Nkapie, 93rd minute now. Here's Miles. Nani plays it to Nkapie, crosses in. Ball is blocked. Here's Saka now. Another crossing. Merino couldn't keep it down. It looks like this is a draw. Sanchez. It's done. That's the final score. It feels like a loss, in the context of the game. Let's end the live, man. Yeah, disappointing draw. It's not the end of the world, but in the context of the game with the red card and all, yeah. Anyway, Chelsea won, Arsenal won.